Welcome to Spurs Version TV. Right, good evening to wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon to all you guys, supporters of Spurs or whatever club you support, right, guys? While I'm waiting for my guests to join me, right? Let's have a chat first, right? Let's have a chat. Is there see anyone that's in the chats here to see whether anyone is? Let's have a chat. Hold on, there's an echo over here. Yeah, let's see how that goes, right? But guys, I hope you're all doing well. Right. Today, my show's a bit off. Today's on Thursday. Yesterday was a bit busy. Right. Let me see what we can get onto now. Let me see what we can get into. Right. Let's see. Right. So, of course, today we're going to talk about the West Ham game. Of course, we're going to talk about the West Ham game, right? And of course, we're going to talk about the game that's coming up. Right. First of all, the results of this. Right. Let's see. Right. Spurs 4, West Ham 1. Right. This is most probably my opinion. And while we wait for our guest, Keshaf is a West Ham fan. I'm sure you all know from last week, right? He was here. I don't know. He said he'll be free, but he's still late. I guess most probably he's late, so he'll be on his way, coming in soon, right? So Spurs 4, West Ham 1. And you can look at the lineup. This is our lineup that we came up with, right? It was Vicario, Porro, Romero, VDB, Udogi, Deki, Bissouma, right, and Madison. Just hold on. Keshaf has just joined us. Let me bring him in. Hi, Keshaf. How you
Hello, hi.
doing?
Okay, good.
Can you hear me? Can you
Yes,
hear
yes.
me? Yeah, all clear. That's good. That's good. Right, all is clear. Right. So, how do we how are we going to go by this? Right. So, this is the lineup for Spurs. I don't have your lineup, but let me change the banner. All right. Okay. Spurs 4, West Ham 1. Were you surprised?
Um, I, I don't want to. I am, to be honest, Eugene. I actually expected it because of how Spurs played, but I didn't see this scoreline coming. I really didn't. But I am upset and also concerned because it's not been good. We're not been good at all. Um, and that I mean, I'm sure we talk about the game, but I was actually quite optimistic, as you said, because I'm sure the um, West Ham players went into, especially going into a London derby, and especially wanting to kick off again on a positive note after that Ipswich or after coming back from an international break, and to try and get some momentum. But unfortunately, not to say we played Spurs at the wrong time, but I think um, we sort of struggled in a lot of areas which we'll come into. But yeah, I'm not happy at all. I didn't like the performance, and it's worrying signs to me already, especially with the teams we faced. And I think I said to you in the beginning when Lopetegui was appointed, I messaged you and I said I was quite excited. But in a way, when I said excited, I meant every manager coming in is about backing. So I didn't expect it to be this bad, but it's not our fault that the board has appointed this manager. And actually, to be honest, of top choice manager we wanted to go for was Amorim. But I know I can understand why we didn't go for him. But look, if you got to pay compensation for manager, which was probably worth 15 to 20 million, why can't our board do that? I mean, I'll come to that in a bit. But I am a bit upset. I am actually quite upset because it's not looking good. Because I understand the fans, and to be served up that type of performance is not good. And the fact that Kudos got a red card makes it worse. And the fact that our midfield is so slow to even catch up with, I mean, compete with your Spurs players is even worrying also. So yeah, I'm very upset. It's not looking good for us. And to be honest, our hopes for European position now has already been completely wiped out. I'm not even
Mhm.
thinking about that. Um, I'm not thinking about us getting top six. It's not even in the what is it frame of mind. What I think we have to look at now is that it's going to be a long season. It's going to be the same thing like last season. Not in terms of, yeah, we had Europa League, but it's going to be like 10th, 11th, as of what I can see, because it's not looking good at all. Anyway, we'll come to it. We'll come to it in a bit.
Yep, yep. Okay, to tell the truth, right? You guys put up a good display in the first half. You understand what I'm saying? Not you did low blockers,
Yes.
you defended well, and you counter-attacked us, and you did get that goal. And Kudus got a very good goal because as Spurs, right, we don't defend well. It's
Yep. Mhm.
another ingrained in our DNA at the moment to accept that our defensive weaknesses are all there all the time for anyone to catch us off our
Yep.
guard or whatever, you see. And
Mm.
when we defend, is that we look like we are lost or headless most of the time, right? So when it comes down to scenarios like that, right, of course,
Mm.
the equalizer by Deki was brilliant, right? It was a
Mm.
very good goal. Could have Areola did more with it, because he did get
I
a
agree with
very
that. I
good
do
ball.
agree. Yeah, he
Yeah.
could have done more with that. And I think
Maybe he was
that,
caught off guard, right? Because the ball, he was expecting the ball not to go to his near post, and I think there was a player in between him and the shot coming in. So
yes,
maybe
yeah.
there was a
Mm.
slow reaction there. And
Mm.
I was doing the watch along in that
Mm.
game, right? And I was already cussing us Spurs the way that we're playing. When you low blocked us, we were doing the
Mm.
horseshoe all again. You and you and you and you. It goes back and forth, right?
Mm.
So, but then when Deki got that goal in, right, it's what's like your defense lost confidence, right? And of course, in the second half, I think Ange, right? I've got this theory with Ange now, right? I've seen it in away games where he's stubborn, he doesn't care, he persists with whatever he has, right? But when he's at home, he does adapt. Maybe he's afraid of the home fans getting on his back in the home stadium when things go wrong. So
Mm.
things were already looking like it was going wrong in that first half while we had possession domination of the ball. And in I think 18th minute or so, with a counter attack down, Udogi not being able to handle. I mean, they say it was Poro first, or no, who was it first? Was it who was on our left? So, but in then Poro or Udogi, I mean, Poro was supposed to mark Kudos, right,
Yeah.
on the
Mm.
left, right, and Udogi couldn't handle Bowen, right,
Yeah.
and he lost the ball and he cut back and the ball went to Kudos and he was left alone, right, and that
Yeah.
wasn't even the first time. While we had all
Mm.
that possession, I did the watch along, right. And we didn't even
Mm.
have a shot at goal with all the corners
Mm.
and the possession we had, right? But you guys just went up, right? Because that wasn't the first time that Kudos was free and had a shot. Because don't forget, right? Kudos had a point blank shot at Vicario and his reaction
Yeah.
save. He tipped him over
Mm.
the bar. Even though it was straight at him, but it was still in a reaction save, right? He had to be fast enough
Yes.
to put his hands up to save the goal, right? So
Yeah.
I was already not happy in that first half. But
Mm.
when close to the 30th minute when Deki came back and when he scored that goal, right, that gave me a bit of confidence. But I think in the second half, I think Ange saw where our weakness was, right, and we were losing that midfield dynamism. I'm not saying creative. We're lacking a certain power in the midfield, dynamism in
Mm.
that, because I think
Yeah.
Madison was a bit too slow in the
Mm.
turnovers, right, which made you guys more in control of the midfield. So when he did that, I was surprised. I was doing the watch along, and all of a sudden when you said, "Oh, Papisa is coming on," then we're sitting down there. Who is Papisa coming on for? Right? Is it Bisuma? It can't be. I mean, the most obvious most probably would have been Bisuma because remember, right, Bisuma is more or less the same like Papisa, the holding, the strong midfielder,
Yes.
right? When he took off Madison, I was shocked. Like, oh my god, why is he taking off Madison? Right? But hold and behold, Ange made the right substitution, and from there we brought the game to you guys, right? And we scored that second goal early. And I think within a span of 8 minutes to 10 minutes, right, we were already 4-1 up. So, and I guess when we were at that level, right, for you guys to chase back, it was quite difficult. And one period of time when I was watching the game, right, I think Lopetegui took off Antonio, right, and moved Bowen to the center, right?
Yeah.
Let me Jose, big up, Jose. Yeah. Good evening. Yeah, good evening, and good morning to you over there in the UK, right? Hope you're doing well, Jose. Right. So then I was a bit perplexed because you took off Antonio and you moved. I think you moved it around again. You moved. That's why you moved Kudos to the right, right? Because you were telling me last week when we did this preview, Kudos' favorite position is actually a right winger, not a left winger, right?
Yes.
And then you got on Somerville on the left. You put Kudos on the right, and
Yeah.
you put Owen in the center. And when you did that, right, you guys look worse. That's what I saw, see. But I don't know. In the overall perspective of the game, of course, we had a good game, right? Because we dominated, we scored, right? And I'm so happy that Son scored his goal, right? Because there was so much hype on him, right? Not scoring for the past few games, right? And that goal, that third goal, right, was, I don't know what to say. Son shoots, Ariola palms it, right? And he palms it, it hits Todibo, and it rolls in. You get it?
No, I think to be honest, I think that goal, right, that Todibo goal, eventually, I think he lost confidence after that. I think that after that, he was the players lost
that shocked him, right? But the thing is that, okay, even I was thinking at this, right? If Todibo wasn't there, right, and if the Sean shot that, right, and Ariola palms it, if it falls back out, I guess it will straightly go back to Son. You get what I'm saying? Because Son was in that vicinity too. So I guess no matter how the goal would have gone in, right? Because Ariola did not palm it outwards. He palmed it back inwards towards the penalty area. If he had tipped it out, then it would have been a corner. But if he tipped it back in, right? But, you know, Todibo was running in, hits him, bounced off him. But I think maybe Todibo didn't know it hit him. But he realized it hit him, right? Because if he knew it hit him, right? Because the ball wasn't like up in, you know, the ball was like hit Todibo, and he went and he rolled in, you know, like slow motion. And I was, okay, is the ball gonna go in? Is the ball gonna go in? And he went in. And then when the fans all shout, you know, like, then you know he went in. He was gonna, okay, let's go. Yeah.
Quite unlucky, but yeah, I think
it was coming. It was coming, you know, because we already had you pinned down, and I guess when we were 2-1 up, you guys already decided to play the open game, right? You attacked us, we countered, you know. Son's fourth goal was a typical counter attack. You guys were all up, right? And Son gets the ball. I think it was passed to, was it to who was it, to Decky, right? And then it was slotted into him or something like that, and then he ran off with the ball, right, all the way to the left, and he had time to do, you know, 2, you know, legs, you know, crossovers and all that. And when he shot, right, and he went in the near post again. So I was going, okay, Ariola was having a really bad day. Ariola was having a bad day. And I did ask you last week, right, who would you prefer, Ariola or Fabianski? But yeah, it is what it is. All right. But in the overall sense, in the first half, you guys did give us some some issues with your low block and your counter attack. But in that second half, I think after that second goal from Bissouma, which I can tell you, I mean, it was a brilliant run by Udogie down the left, and he cuts back, and no one was marking Bissouma. Bissouma ran in from midfield, puts it in, right? So I think from that onwards, you guys, I think Lopetegui all of a sudden said that we're not low blocking you anymore. We're going to go out and, you know, attack you, and that's, you know, like I said, Ange adapts when he's at home, right? He does it. It was against the Bournemouth, the Brentford game. I saw that too, right? In this game, I saw that because then we started to sit back, absorb pressure, and counter attack, and of course, and the score we see it's 4-1 in the end, right? But there was a lot of noise going around, right? As you know, a lot of people are saying, if this was Moyes, right, this would not happen. Moyes would let this happen because last season you guys beat us home and away, right? So now the question is for you, right? Are you going to give Lopetegui time? Will your board give Lopetegui time? Will your fans give Lopetegui time? See, that is the thing, right? And if you do sack him, there is a list out there already, right? You are looking at what? Otter, who else? There are a couple of managers that you guys look at. Southgate's name was thrown in there too. God, if you get Southgate, right, I think you would rather have Moyes than Southgate, right?
Yeah. Definitely that. Yes. Yeah. Hundred.
And I think Moyes has been
100%
touted
on that.
to
Yeah.
come back.
Uh,
Moyes has also been touted to come back too, right?
no, please, no. I don't want. No,
Uh,
yeah. After reflecting on this game, right? Um, doesn't look good. Does whatsoever, right? Doesn't look good because okay, if I because I'm thinking about it right this way,
good
from
afternoon,
this way,
Chris.
right?
Big up, big up. Yeah,
No, afternoon,
yeah.
Chris. Yeah. I mean, thinking about it from this way, Lopetegui's been here for almost what? He's overseen what, 10 games, and he's already been here for close to. He was appointed in June or July. He's been here for close to 5 months, and he has
They
already.
didn't. He didn't take over Moyes' position halfway through the season, right? He
No,
only
no,
took
no.
over when after Moyes left.
Yes, correct. Yeah, after that, so he came into the job in, I think, if I'm not mistaken, end of June or I think middle of June. So he it's not like he has not had time to prepare. It's not like he's not had time to understand the squad. It's not like he's not had time to understand what formation to play, what pattern of play to implement. Because right now, to be honest, looking at it right now, I do not see any clear evidence to see, yeah, I trust him. I do believe in what he's doing, like the style of play, any pattern of play. I don't see anything, Eugene. I really don't. Any
Okay,
Western fan will
wait,
hear will
Grisha,
say,
I understand.
hmm,
The thing is that, right? Okay, we look at Spurs last season when Ange came in, right? And the first 10 games, we were like, wow, you know, you get what I'm saying? We were like, wow, unbeaten, top of the league, right? And after the 10th game, right, the wheels started to fall off. Would you rather have it the other way around? You know, I mean, have a bad run now, right? And then by maybe end of this year, you start to see the team start to gel and understand each other. You can't blame Lopetegui. He comes in, he loses Zuma, he loses who was the other defender that you lost? Because now you're playing with Todibo and Tillman.
we loaned out again to a
Uh,
Spanish club. I forgot, but
Oge,
we
yeah, I remember your
yeah, again,
Oge,
yeah, the
yeah,
Moroccan defense.
again, the Moroccan, yeah,
Yes,
and you
correct.
lose your and those two was the backbone of your defense. Remember, right?
Yeah,
Moyes really
mm,
relied on them, and when you took
mm,
when you dismantle your defense right like that, right, and to tell the truth, maybe you don't have the players of that caliber to actually play Lopetegui ball now, right? Maybe he should be given some time. And you did bring in who else did you lose along the way? And who did you bring in, right? And you got
mm,
players like Somerville coming in, and
yep.
but of course you didn't buy a striker, right, to replace Antonio. That's why you weren't that happy about it in the last week preview show, right? So would you actually give him more time? He should need more time, right? Because 8 games down, right? He is still trying to figure out what is going on with West Ham. Yes, you know. While
I,
last
I completely understand, Eugene, but you see, um, we've okay, the money we've spent, to me, it's like the same thing like how West Ham have always been. It's like every season we've spent 100 to at least 100 to 150 million, and it's like having a invest like return on investment. Okay, we give you the money and you have to basically deliver the results. So far we've played against the top sides and I've not seen any evidence to see we've actually competed. You understand? No
no,
pattern, any something to show.
hold on.
That's the
But
thing.
your run of the first 8 games, right, were not easy games.
I
Yeah,
understand, but I
you understand?
completely understand. But
Okay, let's go back and compare now, right? Who do you play in the first game?
we played Aston Villa.
Yeah, and you lost,
Yeah,
correct?
we lost. Yeah.
Right? Aston Villa, Unai Emery. No, you're not going to say, okay, that was okay, right? Second game,
Second game we won against Palace. That was a
yeah,
2-0
Palace.
win.
Okay, Palace. We're facing Palace later. We go to that. Palace looks like more worse off than you guys at the moment, right? Hold on, big up, right, Ellie. Your manager don't cut the mustard. The last time he was given a job in the Premier League. Oh, was he? Was he in the Premier League before? Lopetegui? Oh yeah, he was with Wolves.
Wolves.
Right. He did well with Wolves, Ali, if I'm not mistaken. Right, but okay. Then you beat Palace. Then did you draw?
Palace. Then we lost to Man City, three
Okay.
three 3-1.
Okay. Man City.
And then after,
90% of the Premier League will lose to Man City.
yep.
Right.
And then after that, we drew against Fulham 1-0. If I'm
Fulham
not
is
mistaken.
not an easy team to get a result
Yes.
there, right? Yeah, because
Yep.
we lost to Fulham at Fulham last season, right?
Yep.
So yeah. Then your
And
fifth
then
game was?
Then no, after that, I think it was middle of that. We lost. I think 5-1 to Chelsea. No, 5-1 to Liverpool. That's in the Carabao. After that, we lost. We drew 1-0 to Brentford.
That's the London
And then
derby again. Brentford,
yes,
all right?
and then after that, we won 4-1 against Ipswich.
Ipswich.
And we sorry, what am I saying? Before the what am I saying? Before the Brentford game, we lost 3-0 to Chelsea. Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Before the Brentford game, we lost 3-0 to Chelsea. After the Brentford game, we played Ipswich. We won 4-1.
Mhm.
And then now we
you
lost 4-1 to
4-1
Spurs.
to us. Yeah.
So it's not.
Repeat.
We've had some games. Okay, the games which we've drawn, we as a club should be able to win that. I'm saying it
Fulham,
as
Fulham, were you away or home?
Fulham, we played away. Brentford, we played away.
So these 2 games away, right? Getting a point, I guess it should be a acceptable result, right? But along the way, you have played Liverpool, Chelsea, all right, and Spurs. Out of those 5
and
games,
Man City and
Man City,
all this.
and Man City.
Yeah.
So 4 games that more or less you lost, you were supposed to lose, you lost, right?
And heavy results. Eugene, heavy. It's not like it's a 1-0,
No, but
2-0.
remember, but Keshav, remember last week when we were talking, I was telling you your defense has not gelled yet. There's no understanding there yet. Maybe that is the problem because you're talking about. Okay, Hillman is not not a bad defender, right? Todibo is considered good, right? You get what I'm saying?
He's good.
We were supposed to go after him. I told you, right? We've been looking at Todibo for the past 2 seasons, and we didn't get him. You got him on loan, And I thought Todibo will be going to even a much more higher club and all that, but you guys got him, all right? So it comes down to now is that will you and your fan base actually give Lopetegui time? I mean, to tell the truth, right? It doesn't matter whether you care what your decision is, right? But the most important is will your board, right? At the moment, I think I've read some news out there. Your board still supports Lopetegui, right?
Yes, I know. I know.
Yeah, but at the moment in time, how much time are they going to give him? Most probably, I guess, the next coming up window of opportunity to change a manager, I guess, will be somewhere in November when the next international break comes before the January transfer window. Yeah. So I guess that's the thing. Yeah.
And look, yes, I know it's not the board has publicly come out, but Guardian source and all they've come up and said that they're going to back him, but I don't. Yes, I know this is journalists say it, but I already know the board. They'll just try to say it to sort of, what do you call it, to squash the rumor in a way that he might be sacked or whatnot. So, in a way, I will still be patient. It's not like I'm not saying I want him to be sacked. Nothing like that. But what I want to see is improvement very quickly. I can't. It's like I feel very sorry for these fans because how much we've spent. It's like I'm not seeing anything to be. Yeah, the Ipswich game is already like a complete mask of what I've seen the Spurs game, and it's like Lopetegui keeps changing every single game. Our defense, not the defense. Defense is fine. Midfield, attack, and our midfield is getting absolutely wiped out completely by good teams.
Yeah, that's a weird part, right? You got Paqueta, right? And your midfield is being overrun. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
right?
Correct. Overrun. And the problem is that why are you playing Paqueta? This is my problem. Why are you playing Paqueta, especially if he's having a difficult time I mean,
No,
his
but then you
situation.
guys use. Okay, let me see. Oh yeah. Pacatas is in midfield, right? Because you started with Kudos,
Yeah.
Antonio, and Bowen, right? And okay,
Mm.
you look at what Ellie is saying, right? Lopetegui record at Wolves, right? He was appointed at Wolves, right, in
Yeah.
November 2022, right? Wolves were bottom of the league, right, before leading them to a 10 win, right? And in his 27 games, right? And 13th place in the finish. So he, it's not to say he's not proven in the Premier League, right? He understands the Premier League. Is it that when he comes into West Ham, he's taken this team not mid-season, but post-season. And when you're in post-season, you don't actually see what you actually have. You get what I'm saying? So he's like building from scratch again. You get what I'm saying? Right.
Yep.
But like I was saying,
Yeah.
like I was saying, like I was saying, right? Would you now, like, this 8 games, whatever points you have and all that? I mean, 8 games, you got 8 points, if I'm not mistaken. You will accept it, right? And maybe from there you build on, because like I told you, last season what happened to us? We had 10 games, we were unbeaten, we were top of the league, right? But in the end, by the time we reached the end of the season, right, even though when we were fifth, our football, even the fans was, a lot of Spurs fans like to see the attacking football, but a lot of Spurs fans who are realistic like me, right, we were looking at it that how long can he sustain this, right? And now we're bringing it into this season, right? We are seeing him not being so stubborn. I don't even want to go into Ange's press conferences, right? The way he talks, because I have not seen any of your manager's press conference, because I'm sure you've heard what he's said. Later, I'll get your opinion on that. But let me see what Ellie's saying. He was okay, but nothing special. But I suppose he saved them from relegation. He has much better squad at West Ham. But let's see how he does, right? The jury is out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, that's good,
I
Ellie.
agree 100%. Yeah.
That means
I
in the end of the
agree.
day, he needs time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that if you ask how much time to give, well, if I was a fan, I would say at least by November or December, the Christmas break. That's when I would judge, because like our next 3 games we have now is we're playing United in on
Oh
Sunday.
yeah, we'll go to that afterwards. Yeah,
We
after the
have
United.
after that we are playing Forest, who's a tough side at the moment, very good,
Okay.
and we are
Yeah.
playing Everton,
You're
who
playing. Oh, you're playing Nuno, right? It's going to be
that
the
is tough.
Wolves
Yeah,
connection. Nuno gets sacked. Lopetegui comes in.
and then and then um what is it? And then after that we're playing Everton, who they are just like a long ball, moist type of team lah.
Mm.
So it's all tough sides, but look, no excuses. I don't want us to keep saying, let's go, like, how do I say? Let's get back to the next game. No, there needs to be a standard. I feel like our standard is dropping. I don't know, because from what I'm seeing, Moyes has done. I don't want to reiterate, but Anders Moyes had to leave because of the fans' expectation. All that I can understand, but before he got appointed, was I did in my how do I say, I never thought he would actually take us this far. West Ham were always that top 10, never would have gotten that sixth or seventh.
No, no, I'm going to say this directly. I'm going to say this directly to you, Keshav, right? All you guys who wanted Moyes out, right? You're deserving this. Moyes got you a trophy. Yes, that's
Yeah,
all.
don't go wrong. I appreciate it. I said that. I do appreciate
But
it.
the thing is that you hounded him, right? You didn't like the football, right? And now when Lopetegui comes in, right, you all should suck it up and move on with it, right? And
Yeah,
accept it.
I am. I already said I accepted it. I'm accepting it. It's not like I know.
And
I
then
just said.
if you don't wish too hard for a manager change, right? Moyes might come back again. Remember, he's always somewhere in the shadows for West Ham, And it's not the thing he hasn't done it before, right? He's done it twice.
But
Remember?
I don't.
He left, he
I
came back,
don't.
left.
I don't want him to come back. I don't want that to happen. But anyway, coming back. Well, what I mean is that Moyes lifted our standards. He made us become more competitive, and that's how our fans' expectations brought up. We basically believed in the fact, we started to be able to compete with sides, and that gave me belief. But now, after this, what I'm seeing, it's like slowly dropping. Like how we are playing, mentality is not there. I don't see any. I don't know what you see, Eugene. The fight and the leadership in the team. I don't
No,
see anything like that.
but Keshav,
Hmm.
right? Do you know, right? Us being Spurs fans, right? When Kudos and Bowen, right, were at it, right? Even us Spurs fans were jealous, because Kudos and Bowen actually took on our defenders and beat them. You get me, in that game, right? How many times did we see Son taking on a defender and beat you guys, and Brandon Johnson on the other side taking someone and beat someone, right, on the wings? Hardly ever see that. You can see, so, and the thing is that the talent that you have in your squad, yes, I understand. That's why you guys are frustrated. In the back, you got Todibo, Kilman, right?
Yeah.
And you have in the middle midfield you have Paqueta, and then you've got Kudos on the left and Bowen on the right, and on the bench you got what was Somerville, right? Cecinho, Somerville, right? So the talent and the quality is there, but at the moment now, I understand why the West Ham fans have this frustration that you're not seeing the results. But like I said, it's 8 games in. Some fans will say that it's still early days and all that, me being a Spurs fan, right? We always hear that it's still early days, and at least now we've climbed up to, I think we're 6 or 7 in the league, and we are like how many points? We are just 1 point below Chelsea, and if this weekend Liverpool does something to Arsenal, right, and we win, we will be like 1 point below Arsenal, right? So it's still early. I understand everything is still early, but at this moment in time, I guess based on the Spurs game that you all witnessed, right, and I think there were a lot of meltdown of West Ham content creators out there, right?
Yes, and what made it worse, Eugene, is the fact that Kudus is out now. It's not. It's not.
Why did he go and do that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
It's not.
Maybe
It's
because
unprofessional from it's him. Unprofessional.
Yeah. No, but the thing is that because you guys, was it the loss of the concentration in that 10 minutes in that early in the second half that you just conceded 3 goals blatantly, and maybe he was frustrated. You get
maybe yeah, but you don't go and what do you call it? You don't go and go.
A lot of people say actually that's not actually 1 red card. There's 3 red cards there, right? One for kicking VDV when he was on the ground. One for palming. I won't say slap, like he palmed VDV in the face, right? But the worst one was actually the punch out at Sarr, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he punched out at Sarr. Luckily Sarr swerved backwards, right? And and I'm not even going to take the Richarlison bump in the stupid face.
Yeah, that is not. That's
Richarlison's stupid dumbness running into him in the back. And, but it is.
But he's probably going to face at least minimum. I don't see there's going to be
straight red card. Most probably it'll be 3 games. So he'll be out for 3 games. So he'll be out for the Manchester United game. He'll be out for your Everton game and Forest game. So
let's see how we do. I want to see now. It's going to be very interesting. But
let's see how you guys are going to do, right? But okay, we'll wrap up on this Spurs game, right? Spurs did well. You guys collapsed. We took advantage of it. To tell the truth, if we wanted more, most probably we could have gotten more, right? But in the end, to tell the truth, right, Spurs fans were so livid because we were like 4-1 up, right? And there was like 20 over more minutes to go, right? And the youngsters, you see, the youngsters didn't get a chance to play. You guys know. Who did we bring on? For Son, we brought on the winner. And what did the winner do? Nothing. I'm sure you understand why I'm so upset with him, right? You watch the game, right?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, you understand, right? So
and Spurs could have scored at least, it's not a 4-1 score, but at least 7.
At least 7. A minimum another 2. We just be more humble and moderate. At least another 2, right? But we want to bring on winner, right? We understand already. We don't want to score, right? But it is what it is, right? Me being a Spurs fan, I was upset is because we should have brought on Mikey Moore for Son, give him a run out of games, right? But a lot of people saying that Ange may be a bit too cautious. He didn't want to bring on Mikey Moore just in case, if there was a reverse collapse, right? And he had that fear there because of the Brighton game that we had, the last game, right? He didn't want to bring him on. But who else could have come on? We could have brought on Bergwall, right? rested Decky for a while, right? But we don't know. Maybe all these youngsters are all prepared to play this this coming up game tonight, right? Or in the morning, right? Friday morning for us in Malaysia. We are playing AZ Alkmaar in in the Europa League, right? So before we do that, we will be playing Spurs, playing AZ Alkmaar, right? Any thoughts on this game first, Isha?
Um, I don't know about your opposition because we played them. I think was it semi-finals. I think we did.
In the Conference
Yeah,
League?
yeah,
Or was
yeah.
it
I
Europa?
remember we did. Yeah, we played them in the Conference League. I think semi-final. I think so, yeah, semi-finals. They played
But
quite
that was
well
on the way. That was on the way
on
to
the
your
way.
title, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
on the way. And
Mm.
they actually had a very good team back then. I think they had what they had the guy the left who went to Bournemouth, Kirkes, very good
Oh,
left back.
Kirkes, yeah, yeah. Kirkes is
And
now being
also they
outed.
had Reinders also who's now playing for AC Milan, and they also
Mm.
had that striker who's also playing for Benfica. I forgot his name. They all were very good players, and they actually played quite well against us. Very technical side, yeah. I think when I watched them, they actually gave us a tough game, but we scored. We were quite lucky, I think, to win it, in that game. But
No, that's
there
Moyes' ball, right? Yeah.
that was Moyes' ball, yeah. But
Typical
I
Moyes'
don't
ball.
know what players they have done, but actually, let me
Oh,
quickly
don't
check.
worry. They've got one of our old players, Troy Parrott. Yeah, that's welcome back, Troy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, Troy Parrott.
Mm,
I think we sold him to AZ Alkmaar at the moment, right? These are a few of our potential youngsters that we all let go along the way, right? So,
mm,
and at this point in time, Spurs against Alkmaar, I will expect us to win this game at home against Alkmaar.
mm,
But the only problem now is that I think Ange will be doing something like a 360-degree kind of a player change and all that. Most probably there'll be a 7, 8, or 9 players in and out. We are hoping that we see the youngsters. My
mm.
lineup for Spurs will most probably be Vicario, right? And we can't even play Jet Spence. Do you know that? Jet Spence is not even registered for us in the Europa League.
Oh,
So most probably Udogi might have to play again. If not, we will
mm,
be stuck with Ben Davis on the left, right?
mm.
Then
Yeah.
most probably we'll get VDV will be our left centre back. Then Dragozin, I hear Dragozin is coming in, right? And then on the
Mm,
right, I guess Poro will be there again. Then in
mm,
the midfield, I think there'll be a swap of, I think Bergwall will come in, Sa will be there, right? And maybe Bissouma. I'm not sure whether he's going to put on Decky again because Decky has been playing a lot of games, right? In this past 2 months or 3 months, like 2.5 months or so, right? Since August until now, yeah, maybe 2 months or so, right? A lot of games. He's been played every game and he hardly ever gets subbed, right? So Decky, I think
mm.
he might get a rest because we're going to, the Premier League games are coming up, right?
Yep.
So most probably our midfield will be something like Sa, Bergwall, and Bissouma, right? Madison most probably will be rested too, right? Or maybe Madison gets the chance to go out, right? Apart from Bergwall, but I want to see the youngsters play, right? Then most probably on the right, I'll see Mikey Moore again. What we did against Ferenc Suarez, right? The
Yes.
Hungarian team,
Yep.
right? Middle, I think Richarlison will come in, and then on the left, all and behold, Wiener will be there. I'm sure Wiener will surely be there because, like what I was doing the watch along when Son was sub and Wiener came in, right? I said Ange had to do it, right? Because he wanted Wiener, right? So £165,000 a week. Wiener gets £165,000 a week, right?
Wow.
Yeah, and he's the third highest player in Spurs, and if he doesn't go out there and play, right, he most probably had an answer to Levy. Levy asking, why are you buying this player, wasting £165,000 sitting on the bench and not playing? So Wiener will have to play. So I guess that will be more or less my lineup for that. Right? But for the big up Ryan, hope you're doing well. Huddersfield Town fan, Evie, that's Ryan. Hope you're doing well, right? But for me, I guess my score prediction for this game. Now I'm going to be a very weird kind of Spurs fan this season. I'm going to predict everything Spurs going to win 4-2. So Spurs going to win 4-2. Right. What about your predictions? Right? Do you think Spurs going to win?
Yeah. Probably. I think maybe at least 3-1 or 3-2-1. 3-1 or 2-1.
3-1, 2-1, right? And Ellie is saying this. Kudos lost his head. It was so bad, guys. I love the way he played and he gave us trouble and scored a good goal. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
He's gone down in my estimations, but he can recover from this shameful slap ending, right?
definitely. Yeah.
And Ellie's predicting a 3-1 to Spurs. Yeah, yeah, 3-1 to Spurs too. Yeah, big up, Ellie. Big up. All right, thanks for being here. All right, so you're going for 3-1, and we are going for 3-1. I'm going for 4-2. But guys, that game will be most probably, I think it's about 3 a.m. Malaysian time. So about 4 hours plus that game will start, right? Yeah, big up Elias. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, right? All right, the next game I'll go to, right, first, because we'll do the last one, will be a Spurs game. This is going to be interesting, guys. This is going to be really interesting because at the juncture at where you are now, right, and at the juncture is where Manchester United is, right? Right, big up Paul Woods. Hope you're doing well. Love, yeah, from Scotland. Hope you're doing good afternoon to you too. Hope you're doing well. Right. West Ham MU. Manchester United in the league. Because tonight we're going to see Manchester United play Fenerbahce.
Yeah,
and they're away, right?
yeah.
All right. Big Ange has a big, seen him in the bathroom in Glasgow. Really? Okay. Oh, Paul Woods, big up to you. Big up to you. Right. Yeah. All right. Manchester United are playing Fenerbahce away tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. And after that, they're traveling back to play you guys. Would you guys be fresher than them? That's the first question. Right. And do you what is your chances of winning this game?
I'm very mixed, to be honest. I'm having, at this moment, I'm actually having no expectations now, because I don't seem to be optimistic. I don't want to use the word, but yeah, I want to see how the game goes. But we have to win the game. It's a must win, because we have to get back to winning ways. Number one. Number two is Lopetegui's under pressure. And number three is Man United are a team to go at. They are a team to go at. They are not this.
But but the thing is that no, you say you have to, but but the thing, can you? You get
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
it could be a blessing in disguise now. You know why? Because since Kudos can't play, right? Lopetegui will be forced to use Somerville on the left, right? And if you put Somerville against who will be Manchester United's right, Dalot, right? Do you think you have a chance there?
Yeah, I think so. But I feel like I'm scared if we don't convert our chances, then Man United will find a way. They always will. That's the thing. So we need to find a way to push Man United into succumbing to our pressure, and we have to go front foot, to be honest. We can't sit back. I don't want us to sit back against United, because they're actually a team together, and I feel like Man United have always, I don't know, but this, when Eric Ten Hag was appointed, they've not been this. I feel they are very, I don't know how to say, too don't get me wrong, Eric Ten Hag has achieved 2 cups, but that's not a high enough standard for a club like United.
No, the thing with United problem is like this, right? They've always been league winners, right? So whenever they beat, I mean, the cups to them is like secondary. You guys, But you see, like for Spurs and West Ham, right? We would love to get the cup, but that is their standard, so we can't say anything.
Yeah.
Right? Ellie's saying, right? Get ball on the ball, and you always create and score.
Yeah.
Yes, on the ball. Yeah, I know on the ball.
Yeah.
We understand, Ellie. We understand what you're talking about, right? Yeah. So the thing is that at this moment in time, as we see, Ten Hag, right? The game against Brentford, they were at home. Brentford scores first, right?
Yeah.
And then at least they are showing the fight to come back. Yes, But the thing is that, will Ten Hag, after going to Fenerbahce, right? We do not know what's going to happen there. He's meeting Mourinho. You get what I'm saying? They're saying now at the moment it's going to be, Fred is in Fenerbahce, right? There are a couple of old ex-United players there, right? And they're going there. And after that, they're going to fly back. And then on Sunday, you guys have to play. They have to play you guys, right? So will that take a toll on the squad, right? And
Mm.
will the 1 week give Lopetegui time to readjust and think about his tactics, his the players that he have, and all that? Are they good enough, right? And to basically look at your squad, right? Do you have enough there to actually go out and give Manchester United a run for their
Mm.
money? And don't forget, how's your home form recently?
Well, the only games in which we've won, I think at home is. Oh, I don't think it's been good because I think the home games we played this season, we lost at home first to Aston Villa, then after that we lost to Man City, lost to Chelsea, um,
And all this
and
was
then
home.
yeah, won to Ipswich, and I think that's it. Yeah, four.
All right, fair, fair.
So
So that means most of
uh,
your home games against the big teams, right? You have not
yeah,
done well.
yeah. So
Okay, fair,
well,
fair.
to be honest, I my worry is the midfield. We have to get the midfield sorted because I feel like it's getting overrun a lot.
Who
And
is in the midfield at the moment? You got Paqueta?
we have Paqueta, but we have the guy Rodriguez, who's also he's a defensive midfielder, more of a holding midfielder
Okay.
to say. And then we have Suchek there. That's our three. We played against Spurs in that way. We played Suchek, Rodriguez, and Alvarez. Sorry, Rodriguez and Paqueta,
Yeah.
but that didn't work.
Alvarez came on the second half, right?
Yeah, but the problem is, right, I don't get why he's playing Alvarez as a second choice when he's not. To be honest, Alvarez shouldn't be playing on the bench. Should not be put on the bench. He should be starting. So he should be the holding midfielder, and Suchek should be allowed to move forward with Paqueta. That's what I feel. Because Rodriguez is very slow, and that's why he got overrun. Because if you the problem I felt in that second half was that if West Ham attacked so much and left with Rodriguez like that, then Spurs are going to, our
Yeah, no,
midfield
no.
will get
Because when
overrun.
we brought Sa, right, we actually
Mm,
was like 2 steps faster than you guys, and I think Rodriguez couldn't catch up.
yes, correct. Yeah, that's why this has been the problem. So I know Alves is a little bit. He's slow, but we need to. I don't get why also our manager doesn't get at least try out a youngster. He may have energy to play. I just try. I even wouldn't mind also give somebody a chance because that I feel like you see, even if you see in the modern game, you need a ball carrier like Gravenberch for example, like in Liverpool,
Hmm.
or like a
Well, he's
Sabozlai for example.
transformed, right?
An
Yeah,
example,
he's
yeah.
transformed.
You need that type of player. Our midfield does not have that. Like maybe Papisa is somebody we need, for example. We don't have it. We
Yeah,
actually
true.
don't.
We don't even actually have. I mean, what we saw in our midfield, Papesa coming in, actually changing the dynamics of the game, right? That was something
Mm,
totally that we I even us Spurs fans was caught off against, right?
mm,
But honestly, Ange doesn't actually play with six. You understand, that strong holding
mm,
midfielder, that box. But we have a lot of box midfielders, a lot of eights and all that. Maybe in that day that was the tweak, you see, because I see Sa as
yeah.
more or less the box and box, the engine,
Okay.
right, running up and down. Maybe
Mm.
you guys don't have that, but if you're going to play Manchester United, you're going to face up against a midfield of who? Guimaraes,
Casemiro,
no,
Casemiro,
no,
Ericsson,
Bruno Fernandez,
Bruno
Fernandez.
Fernandes, Ogati, and I think probably Ericsson. I think.
Yeah. So there'll be a mix of those players there.
Yeah.
So will your midfield be able to handle them? Number one,
Mm.
comes down to that again. But you never know.
Mm.
Manchester United might pick up a few injuries along the way, playing against Fenerbahce. Maybe some flares will be thrown in their head or something like that. So that's right. Or something might happen in that game because that is, you're going to Turkey and Turkey is got
Yeah.
really, really wild
Yeah.
support. Right? So,
Mm.
but if they do come up from Fenerbahce with a result, right, I think
Mm.
that will carry their confidence over to this game. But if they do get beaten badly, then that might make them a bit off. But it's hard to say, a game at a time.
Yeah.
But we're coming to the West Ham
Mm.
game now. Do you have confidence in actually beating them? Can you beat them? And give me a prediction.
Um, I go with my heart and head. Okay. what my heart says and what my head says. Okay, so I think what my heart says, of course, I want West Ham to win, so I'll probably go with 2-1. I think we have to get a win. It's to
Okay, okay. All the games that you won recently, right? What was the scoreline?
Ipswich 4-1, and then we
Okay.
won Palace 2-0, and that's it. Those are the two wins we've had.
Okay, Palace 2-0, you got a clean sheet against Palace, and then you beat, convincingly, you beat Ipswich at home, right?
So, and then yeah,
You never know, right? If at West Manchester United turn out to be shitty on that day, you might even beat Manchester United 4-1 again,
yeah.
right? But
So, but
all right,
my head says if my head says I don't know about a draw. I don't know. Scrappy 1-1. West Ham will lead and then Man United will come back somehow. I don't know how, but or maybe it might be 2-1 United. I don't know. That's what my head because I
no, the
don't
thing
know.
is that I fear for you guys, right? Because you might
Yeah,
score first, and then
I
you
think.
once the equalizer comes in, right, the collapse is
Mm,
there. You understand? So, I mean,
mm,
it's like Spurs
yep.
against
Yeah.
Brighton, right? When you were leading 2-0 and then the collapse comes in, right? And to tell the truth, there are a lot of weird results this season, like Southampton leading 2-0, then the collapse comes in,
Yeah.
Leicester 3-2 and all that. That's not the first
Yep.
time happening.
Mm, yep.
So, so
So
for me, my prediction for this game, as a neutral, right? I don't care. But of course, I think this might end up to be a draw, 2-2. Yeah, I'll go for 2-2. Exciting 2-2 draw. Yeah, for you guys. And at least you get a point. Manchester United gets a point. So everybody's happy, right? And both of you guys can still linger around, somewhere below the top 10 there, right? Where's your position now?
oh god, we are worse off. I think we're what below
15?
Leicester. That's horrible. 15th. Oh god, not
15.
the start.
But Manchester United is what?
12th,
11.
like 11th. Yeah.
11 or 12. Yeah, so around there. Right?
So
But
yeah.
it is what it is. Yeah. But okay, guys, I've already my prediction is 2-2. Keshav's prediction from his heart, right, is going to be 2-1. But if from his head, it's either going to be a 1-1 or even a loss.
Mm.
Keshav. When Moyes was your manager, you wanted him out. All right, then the next game coming up this week, right? Spurs playing away again against Palace, right? Your thoughts on this game? You think, okay, you guys played Palace at home or away?
Away.
And you guys beat Palace 2-0 away.
Yeah, but you see, Palace had chances that game. They actually played well. Actually, they played well, but we counted actually on them and scored actually. Yeah. So not to
Okay.
say we played well. Not to say we played well the whole game, but
So that means
counted well.
Palace at this moment in time, right? They are not clinical
Mm.
enough. So that
Yeah.
means my fear, right, when Spurs comes to play, right, Doctor Tottenham Hotspur is gonna see you next, right? But I don't know, maybe with Ange there, we might do something because the way you're saying that most probably that against Palace when you played, right, most probably you set back and counter attack and got the
Yeah.
goals and
Correct.
defended
Yeah.
well, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like what you did at Spurs in the first half. You set back and low blocked us
Yeah.
and you counter attack and you got that goal, that first goal, but you couldn't get the second goal. To tell the truth, right? Imagine if Kudos first chance, right, and he had scored
Mm.
and he scored the second chance, you guys would be 2-0 up. And that could have most probably changed the whole dynamics of the game
Yeah.
and all that, right?
Mm.
But you didn't. We came back, we equalized,
Mm.
right? And that maybe showed you guys. But now Spurs going to Palace. Palace is 19th in the league, if I'm not mistaken now, right?
Mm.
They are just 1 point ahead of Wolves or something like that, or 2 points ahead of Wolves or something like that, right? So that's how I see it. Being Spurs, we being attacking, and if I'm not sure, if Palace sits back and low block us, maybe they might have a chance at a counter attack, right? And to tell the truth, right, Glasner has been called out now, and I think he's been called out, he's been found out. He's not even using Mateta. That's the weird part.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I also agree.
That's the weird part. He's not even using Mateta. And of course, they've got Eze, where Spurs were linked to Eze the whole summer. In the end, we didn't buy Eze. We signed the winner, right? So, and then of course, Palace sold their defender
Olise.
Anderson. Anderson, and
Yeah.
their their creative forward or attacker, right? Olise to Bayern Munich.
Mm.
So I guess Palace made a lot of money, but they've lost a lot of
Mm.
quality in the team. So yeah, yeah. Uh, I Peter, yeah, we want Posh back now. Now you don't. You love Ange. I know that, right, Peter? Hope you're doing well. Peter, I think it's going to be like 2 a.m. in Melbourne for you now. Hope you're doing well. Are you going to wait up to watch the AZ match, right? Hope you're doing well, Peter. Right, but I think if Spurs go there and if
Mm.
Palace plays the way you're talking that they are playing, right, most probably we will have a good result there. But if they low block us, do you think
Mm.
they? But do they have the capability of low blocking us? That's another thing, because they've
Yeah.
lost Anderson. That's another thing, right?
Yeah.
But
Um,
based on past results, right, I think we've done well against Palace, right? So last season, yes, it's 2 a.m. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I finished at 6. Okay, yeah, that means you're working. Hey, Jamie, hope you're doing well. Jamie, haven't seen you in a long time. Hope Gracie's doing well too. All right, hope you're doing well. All you guys doing well. Uh, we're coming to the end of the show. We're just talking about the Palace Spurs game. I feel that if Palace low blocks us, they might have a chance of counter attacking us. But I think at the moment in time, I've got this fear too. If because Spurs are playing the
mm.
midweek game again, coming back to
Mm.
Palace, we will be tired. But we are playing at home, so I guess that won't play too much into it. And
Mm.
maybe Ange will do what Ange does. He will put out the youngsters there, and then maybe bring on some of the seniors. And to tell the truth, right, I think the press conference Ange had recently, Sonny is going to be rested. He won't be doing much in that game. Whether Udogi is playing or not, I'm not sure. Romero, whether he's playing or not, I'm not sure too. Because uh, in this game, we will have to see what happens in the AZ games. But
Mm.
yeah, let me see. Yeah, Eze at the moment is having a nightmare. Yeah, yes, Peter, I understand. If you lose Olise, right, Eze
Yeah.
doesn't have his, partner, partner
Yeah.
in crime, right? The synergy. It's like when Son lost Harry Kane.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when Son lost Harry Kane, that's why Son looks a bit lost now too, right? But at least Son is still putting in the goals, you know what I'm saying? No? He's still putting in the goals, right? But yeah. And I think Eze's form has been affected a bit this season because the free kick that he took, right, early in the game against, I can't remember, that beautiful free kick that was chopped off for, what was it, offside or some stupid infringement. Nowadays, VAR and the dumbness, right? I'll come to your opinions in this game. What do you think? Since you guys have played Palace, I'm sure you watched Palace play. Do you
Mm.
think we have a chance? Is it going to be
Yeah,
easy?
definitely not to say easy. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Last season, right? They were actually when Glasner got appointed, they played very. I got very shocked when they were on that unbeaten run. I never expected them to be that good. But now, I feel they've been found out. I agree. They've been found out in the way they've been playing. But um, I feel the
Yeah.
players they brought in, right? Like, give an example. I think they brought in the Lacroix from Wolfsburg, if I'm not mistaken. He's a good defender, and they brought in, I think, Nketiah from
Oh, please
Arsenal.
don't talk. Nketiah.
Nketiah.
The whole of London is
Yeah.
laughing about that now at the moment, right? And
Mm.
actually, I did see Nketiah play, right? I don't understand why is Glasner picking Nketiah over Mateta.
Hmm. Or you could maybe like you could maybe I don't know what I don't know why he's because now it seems like Paris are playing three at the back, so 3-4-3. Maybe that's not working at the moment, so they might have to switch it up to what I think 4-4-2. But I don't know. I don't know why they're leaving Mateta out the bench because he was vital last season for them because he I think contributed quite a lot. And I know if I'm not mistaken, they lost Edward I think to Leicester and Jordan Ayew, who also I
Oh,
think went to Leicester.
Jordan Ayew went to Saudi, right?
No, he went to Leicester. Both of their
Oh, Jordan
strikers went.
Ayew went to Leicester.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
My God, how can you sell Edward and Jordan
Yeah.
Ayew
Hmm.
and bring in an Nketiah?
Yeah.
And furthermore, you lose at Olise.
Yeah.
Oh my dear, Glasner has got his work cut out for him. To tell the truth, I think Glasner is a quality manager. He's won the Europa League before,
Yeah.
right? So
And he beat us also.
and he beat you guys, right? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Frankfurt, right? Last season, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Yeah, he
Oh,
beat you guys. But coming
no,
back to
2 months ago,
when
yeah.
yeah, but then when you come back to EPL and you guys beat them,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah. And Peter is saying must be the reason why Ange didn't go for him, but I trust the judgment. But I think the fact that they wanted 50 up front, it was the problem. Yep, yep, yeah. It's always the money problem, right? Peter, you should know that. You're a Spurs fan, right? Yep, and he's saying big up to Chris, right? But guys, yeah, sorry. Your prediction?
Um, 2-1 to Spurs. I think he'll do the job, but it won't be easy. I think Palace will score. They'll score.
Uh, 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 Keshav, we are Spurs this season. We understand that any team that comes up against us, they will score. And I prefer they score first, like what happened in West Ham game. Because it's sometimes another is like when the opposition score first, right? That's when we wake up, It's like,
Yeah.
if we score first, right? That's we go to sleep, you see. So that's what I don't want to happen today, right? And of course, Chris Peter says 3-1 again. And Chris, I'm going to predict again Spurs 4-2, right? This season I'm going 4-2 all the way when Spurs play, right? Guys, thanks for being in the chats, right? Please give a subscribe, please give a like, right? If you're watching it now or watching it later, right? Big up to Kesha for being here, right? At the moment, he's more or less my regular, right? Most probably next week I'll get a few more fans on because next week is going to be the interesting one because that's when Arsenal plays Liverpool this weekend. Let's see what's the reaction for next week. Let's see, maybe I'll get some Arsenal fans on, and of course, if I can get some Man United fans on too, right? Because after the West Ham MU game, maybe you can get Keshav and Ram or maybe Dom in to have a banter there, right? And of course, thanks to Chris Peters, big up to you. Peter Cahayas, big up to you, right? Jamie, it's 11 in Manila. Same here. Paul Woods, right? Queen Ellie, right? Who else we have? Elias. Who else has been here? And Ryan, big up to Ryan. Ryan, you're gonna get us soon. Jose, hope you're doing well, right, guys? Thanks for your support. Thanks for being on. All I can say is, right, come on, you Spurs, leave you out. Right, and we'll catch up again next week. Keshav, see you again. Thanks for being on.